Have you ever heard a single sentence that completely changed your life? This happened to me when I was at the lowest point in my life. I was struggling with trying to overcome an addiction. I was going through a very painful divorce and just completely hitting rock bottom. I was working with someone, a complete stranger actually, and I was talking with them and they said this one sentence, these 7 words: "Who is the God of your understanding?" And at first, I kind of got angry because I wasn't on board with the whole God idea. I had a lot of trauma from my past and just a lot of bad experiences with the church and religion and with my family and all of these things. And when I heard the word God, my mind snapped shut because I had bad experiences, right? But I was at a point in my life where I was at rock bottom, and what I was doing was just not working. Relying on my own knowledge, relying on what I was doing, obviously I was looking for a way out, and I was very desperate. So I decided to just give it a try because I had no other choice. And I thought about it and I thought, well, I'm feeling like God wants nothing to do with me, but here's this stranger right in front of me asking me this random question about God. Who is the God of your understanding? And this was a new idea for me. It might not be a new idea for all of you, but for me, I had never heard this before. So for the first time in my life, my perspective started to shift. And I decided to have a new experience with the God idea. And I began to start thinking differently. So these words made me realize that I could have a new experience that was personal to me, right? I realized that God can mean different things to different people. For some, it's religion. For others, it's more spiritual, the universe, source, Mother Gaia. I've heard higher power a lot. But the beauty of this is that it's personal to each individual. So I started implementing and incorporating spirituality and spiritual principles every day, just simple things, because at this point I was trying to get sober, I was trying to change my life. It was very overwhelming, so I needed really simple things, right? I started to pray every day when I got up in the morning and when I went to bed at night. God, please help me stay sober, or God, what can I do to be of service to you and your children? Things like that. I started to meditate. I started to live my life in gratitude. Thank you. Thank you for another day. Thank you for keeping me sober. I did small things that over time I got some momentum, and then I started staying sober, and I started to become a happier person. I started to become a healthier person. I started to do a lot of service work and be of service to other people, and that was a beautiful thing. And that hole in my soul, this is the way that I like to describe it, and it's this really painful it's this painful hole in my chest that I used to feel all the time, and it kind of felt like a panic attack or like a heart attack. It just wouldn't go away, no matter how much I drank or how many relationships I had or how many times I moved. No matter what I did, it just never went away. But since I've started doing these spiritual principles and helping other people and doing things different and incorporating a higher power into my life, this hole started to fill. and I started to become a happier person. And the only way that I can describe this is that I felt like I was asleep my entire life, and then I just woke up. And that's the way that I describe a spiritual awakening for myself. I mean, there's a lot more to that, but just for for this concept, who is the God of your understanding? That's the way that it felt to me. I started to see the world differently. I started to hear things differently. I started to speak differently. It's amazing. It's amazing. And I'm not here to change anyone's perspective on a higher power or God. I'm just here to share my story for other people that struggle with this concept, with the God idea. Right? People like me who don't have a higher power, or who struggled, or who are struggling with the idea of God or a higher power, or who have a lot of religious trauma in their past, or who have just a lot of trauma. I'm here to tell you that you can have a new experience with your Creator. You can have a personal experience with your Creator that is unique to you. And it's nobody else's business but yours. And it's a beautiful thing. I have never felt so awakened. I have never felt so alive. I have never felt so amazing in my life and so close to a higher power. And I believe in angels and ancestors and spirituality and all kinds of different things, and that's just personal to me. And it's a beautiful thing. And my hope is that anyone that's listening to this, that's been struggling with the God idea, can have a new perspective, and that it's okay. It's okay that you're struggling, and it's okay that you're searching for something more, because your soul craves something more. And you can fill that hole in your soul with spirituality. You don't need the alcohol, you don't need the drugs, you don't need the relationships and all of these other things. You can do healthy things to fill that hole in your soul. I am here to tell you because I have experienced it, and it is possible. It is. So I hope that this has given you some insight and some hope and some encouragement, because you're not alone on this journey. In discovering the God of your own understanding, you can find the path to your true self. I hope this was helpful. If you resonated with this, please like and share it with someone that can benefit from it. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Maggie, and this is my channel. And remember, you are not on this journey alone. I love you.